When Yaradu died, Nasir Elrufai came to my room and said, "You kpaid Yaradu, Pastor Tunde Bakare." I don't understand. Wahala, oríṣiríṣi na different things now we go to hear in this country. There can't be scarcity of news in Nigeria, because somebody will just wake up one day and just write and just say, when Yaradu died, Nasir Elrufai came to your room and said, you were the one that kpaid Yaradu. Okay, so what are we supposed to do with this information now like this? Pastor Tunde Bakare has shared a striking recollection about the coincidence between the death of former President Umar Musa Yaradu and a sermon he delivered on the same day. Speaking in a video shared by Channels Television, the cleric explained that the day Yaradu passed away was also the day he presented a social contract document in Abuja. Bakare recounted that his message at the event was titled, "Our Dead Heroes, They No Longer Live Here." He noted that shortly after his presentation, news broke that President Yaradu had passed. The former presidential candidate said the coincidence drew reactions from those who attended the event, including former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai. According to Bakare, El-Rufai came to his hotel room after hearing of Yaradu's passing and jokingly accused him of Kpaing the late president because of the sermon's title. When Yaradu passed, I remember that was the day we presented the social contract in Abuja, and I spoke on the subject, "Our Dead Heroes. They no longer live here," Bakare recalled. Nasir El-Rufai came to my room and said, "You kpaid Yaradu. You said they no longer live." I said, "No, that was a word God gave to me." Bakare clarified that the sermon had no connection to the late president's death, emphasizing that it was a divine message he had received to deliver. The cleric's reflection has reignited public interest in the events surrounding Yaradu's final days and Bakare's long-standing involvement in national discourse, particularly in advocacy for social reform and accountability in governance. Okay, we have heard you. Joshua Chuk says this unscrupulous element, like Tunde Bakare, should keep quiet. Ama Yao Musa Bao says, okay, now you mean El-Rufai was joking with Yaradu's passing, so let him live for joking dead forever. We wish our hero, Yaradu, Allah mercy. As Silva Philip says, was that supposed to be a news headline? Thank you, my brother, because I don't understand. What are we supposed to do with the information? Very unnecessary. If you know he was really joking, I thought you would say, oh, you were jailed. Atokurafa says, so what is our business with this? This Marvelous Kono, I'm thinking it is this guy that used to beg money before. Now he has changed his name to Marvelous Kono. Always begging for money. Monday Tran says, Yoruba betrayed Bob. Why don't you ask him by Buhari? Or this one saying. Charles says, why are you not protesting against Tinubu, tribal pastor? It is well. Zeno magazine says political pastor, one leg there, one leg here, dining and whining with politicians, still carry Bible for one hand. Dario says, we need them in policies. They are really trying about the word of God that used to pass across to them. And even when they are invited to occasions, they do say, but they won't hear. So if the opportunity to be things will change. But it's going to take the steps that's already putting in place for better development. So it's in this on the talk. James Lawyer says, so you want to use that one to reign now, Abi? You define fame and recognition. Pastor Tunde Bakare is finding fame. No, he's already famous. Sunday August says, this is purely a theological error. God didn't associate with death, but Satan. Okay. Olube Ochena says, Bakare is a fake human being. Sure, correct. Says, let us be okay. Thank you. At Godwin Jadbaro says, I thought it was only witches and wizards that go to Market Square to confess their wicked deeds. Have visionless pastors joined the bandwagon? Okay, now. St. Michael says, you this basket mouth full of evil and deceit. Go to Aso Rock and collect your monthly payment. For being dumped since 2023, your brother sees power. By God's bandits, no be small thing. Now get bad mouth, sha. John Paul says, life and death belongs to God. Dr. Amon says, listen carefully, I'm not an Igbo man, but without Igbo, nothing can be done in this country. Who can tell me in village, ordinary bolo where they blow when we are small, whose language sells to you? English wearing we are buying for our villages sells to you? Ordinary shingom, who sells to you? No language, we are in no bad in this world. That English is catching my head. Chukwuemeka says him and his brother pastors have suddenly become deaf and dumb since the inception of this government, not minding the severe hardship tormenting their people. These are the same people that criticized Goodluck when economy and cost of living were much more better. Anyone that still patronize their business center should have a rethink, okay? At His Excellency says, if you don't like my attitude towards me, it is because I don't like your own towards me. Treat me how you want to treat me. Okay, we don't hear you. At Francis says, Mr. Man, keep your mouth shut. Hey, okay. At Olonke says, it was ordinarily no a coincidence. Bakare doesn't possess anything divine. God does not speak to him. Wow. Okay, Richard says, my pastor, Mr. Pastor, you lost your voice now because it's your brother, Bat. Ozemena says, this criminal is still talking. How is he a criminal? Because I don't understand. But there's somebody here that is really defending me. Alausa is going up and down and cursing people. He say your father is a criminal. You told somebody, you say you are a stupid human being. Don't you have senior brother at home? Okay, Amma says, this is a lie. Elrufai can't accuse you like that. He's a Muslim. He will never say this. What you say can't warrant anyone to guess so. You are not God and can't be sent by God. Just forget that, okay? But Ogunlela said, now everybody, they come in our room. Hey, wahala. So he said, but you said openly that Obije will buy, but the old man is still living. You are as fake as your words. At Debo says, Mr. Bakare is a politician and not a pastor. He should have been better to convert his ministry to a political party and stop deceiving his congregations. He once told Nigerians, I remember that God says he's the next president after Muhammadu Buhari, and now became a writer of doom to the present Tinubu administration. It'll be small. Allah says, everyone knows what Yaradu has terminal illness. Of course, Gambo says, you and Elrufai seems to be on the interest of the death of late former president. Yes, he didn't come because he was sad or mourned, but he was happy because he likes what happened. Because there was a time spoke in that direction, showing happiness at the death of the former president, citing example that in his family, nobody lived above 50, and so he will not buy since he is above 50. He was like coming to tell you thank you for that sermon. At my enemy is dead. I don't understand that. And it says, Bakare, Paul, I know. Peter, I know. Jesus, I know. Who are you? Hey, wahala. Atahiru says, Bakare, you're a bloody liar. You cannot buy an ordinary rat on the street. If you are that strong, why don't you eliminate all Nigeria? He didn't say buy anybody. Use. Don't they go far, I beg. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.